Features formed by river processes, floodplains and levees. In this module, you'll learn about floodplains and levees, which are features formed by river processes. The processes of erosion, transportation, and deposition, which occur in the course of a river, lead to the formation of a variety of landforms, such as waterfalls, gorges, valleys, deltas, meanders, floodplains, and levees. Floodplains and levees are features formed in the lower course of a river due to deposition. Deposition is a process by which a river deposits the load it carries. The rate of deposition depends on the energy of the river and the size of the materials deposited. Now you learn how floodplains and levees are formed by the process of deposition. When there's heavy rainfall, the river may overflow its banks, leading to floods. As the flood water spreads over a large area on either side of the river, the water gradually loses its speed. When the water from the flooded areas recedes, it deposits the materials it was carrying on the land, leaving behind alluvium on the riverbanks and riverbeds. The coarse particles are deposited in the river's edge because of their heavier weight. The finer particles, being lighter, are deposited further inland, away from the river channel. With repeated flooding, deposition in the sides of the river takes place regularly. Over a period of time, the deposited materials, such as alluvium, create wide, flat plains on both sides of the river. These plains are called floodplains. Heavier and coarser materials deposited nearer to the river form raised banks called levees. Floodplains and levees can be represented on a topographical map with the help of imaginary lines called contours. A topographical map represents the physical features of a place in detail with the help of symbols and contours. The alluvium deposited in floodplains consists of loose gravel, sand, clay, and silt, which make floodplains fertile and suitable for cultivation. Hence, people prefer living on the floodplains in spite of the threat of floods. In fact, since ancient times, major civilizations have flourished on the floodplains of various rivers. For example, one of the world's earliest civilizations, the Indus Valley Civilization, flourished on the fertile floodplains of the Indus River from 2500 BC to about 1700 BC. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were main cities of this civilization. A variety of crops grown on the floodplains contributed to the prosperity of the Indus Valley Civilization. In this module, you've learned the following. Floodplains and levees are features formed due to deposition, a process by which a river deposits the load it carries. Regular deposition of alluvium due to flooding leads to the formation of a flat, fertile land along the sides of the river. This land is called a floodplain. Levees are raised banks near the river, formed by the deposition of heavy and coarse materials by the river. Floodplains are very fertile and are suitable for cultivation. Since ancient times, major civilizations have flourished on the floodplains of rivers.